Yeah, okay, so here we're talking about societal value, not Dhamma, pure Dhamma. Okay, so and then at the beginning, just let you know when we define the character of the persons, you might feel we're judging. It's not the judging each other; it's knowing their nature, and then the point is understand that how we deal with it. So how we generate compassion to them, how we deal with it, how we can do patience. That's the way we try to understand that different type of character. Good morning. So yeah, so different type of character of each person, right? Don't feel that we're judging it. It's talking about what happening in the world and how the many different type of character of the persons. So, and then again, as you know, that we're using this the Adisha's textbook, which called the Jewel Garland, and then it's along with its commentary, dialogue between Adisha and his disciple Dromdeba. So, so right now, from last class, we begin from the chapter 19, we call so constantly working for other wherefores. This is the how we continuing on it. So, and then last time it mentioned it when we talk about the so how do dealing with the inappropriate or in like a um, what's called evil person, right? So one thing is said, except for actions that are inappropriate, you shouldn't do everything you are asked to do with a smile. Or also, you should do everything, okay. Except the inappropriate actions, you don't do it. Otherwise, whatever people ask, do you do it? Do as you can. So, without any judgmental, they're saying. So what is really inappropriate means, and the follow text that I saw the in a commentary, Adisha asked to the no sorry, Dromdemba asked to the Adisha, saying, Master, is this appropriate to show respect to those who are blessed by Mara? Who are blessed by Mara means evil person, and blessed means is influence or what call uh, uh, yeah, you bless means like it's something that you are inspire or influence. So that's pro whoever do it Mara, maybe most of the inspiring bad things. So then they ask um so the appropriate to show respect to them or not, right? So then Adisha answer is it is adequate not to allow your afflictions to follow after him or her. Otherwise, doing whatever makes him happy is a skillful means. So that inappropriate means something that it lets you arise your any kind of negative emotions, mental afflictions. Then try not do it. So otherwise, you try best to help them do whatever they ask. That is not called as deceiving or like a it's not called deceiving. It's said skillful means, right? So do whatever they ask. Do skillful means. So I mentioned it last time. It's difficult, and it's difficult to also determine that what things which you do, what things shouldn't do, right? So basically, it says that everything you do, what they ask to you, except inappropriate actions. So again, it go back to the why they're talking here. It's making relationship better with others, or in the other hands, making them happy, or like not cause them harms. That's the how we need to deal with the persons, whether the person is good character or persons are bad character. Doesn't matter from our side. We continuously connected. If we do connected with them, so then just be less selfish and then do what they've asked. That's the saying. So just more clearing from last class. So today you're talking about who does not have a noble character or who does not have a good character. How is it and how we deal with it? This is the we're talking. So who's not the good noble character? So here again from commentary, further teaching that we call. So Domdema asked, Master, if this is so, in order to determine the suitability of students as visual for the teaching, does one also need to be examining one's own basic character? Then Atisha answer with the defining how we should define our evil persons or who do not have a good character. So, less syndrome, in general, despite having been born a human, a higher birth, even it's saying even we are born in human life and it's very valuable, it's blessed, and it's have a lot of opportunity and a lot of ability that human life. Even we have a that much valuable human life, but where we using that human life, that's described here. Those who seek the affliction is their conditions have given up their inner mental jewelry. So, okay, actually, it's Tibetan what's a Nangsim Gigan Te Tell is a modesty or conscience, right? Or concerning other. This is the tell. So people who have a lack of having that concerning others, or people who do have a lack of having the modesty, they are giving up their inner mental jewelry. So the modesty and concerning other is the very much necessary and basics to for humility and harmonies. And having like good characters, as well as you have a concerning other and shameful, then all the good character or noble character will be come within it. If you have a lack of having shameful and then modesty or concerning other, then so it's difficult to have those good character. So even you difficult to bring within you. So if you have a lack of these two, that's what this two is very fundamental of human good qualities. That's how Buddhist talks, and then that's how I believe. Whether we call good character or bad character. So mainly you can see who have a lack of shameful and concerning other, they might have a more bad character. Who do have those shameful and concerning other or modesty, then they do have a noble character or good character. So this is basic things, very important. So therefore saying if people who have a lack of having this the concerning other, this is the one of the bad character, and then they are battered external by attribute of shame. It goes with the poetry, right? External, internal. Basically saying you're in lack of having modesty in internal, and then lack of having shameful in both internal and external. So therefore saying externally the by inter of the shame. The golden thread of their long future has been cut short. So again, long future means like continuing being a keep relationship, or people who we can reliable. That's long lasting or long future. So not just short, what we call temporarily being friend with each other, temporarily supporting each other, or temporarily becoming relationship with each other is not really reliable, right? So if you want to become a more reliable, or people rely on you, then we must have that the relationship should be the continuous. Supporting should be the continuous, not just temporarily when you have a good mood. You do it, and when you do not have a good mood, and then you stop doing it. It's changing a lot from yourself. It will be a lot of effect to you. So changing life, a lot of yourself will becoming unsustainable. What right? Unsustainable, right? It's not reliable. So therefore, it's giving us like the example as a gold. The gold as valuable as same as the keeping relationship or becoming reliable is the valuable. So if you have the above two character, which is lack of shameful and then lack of concerning other, then you will become an unreliable person. That exactly you are cutting that all. It's said here that the long future has been cut short. So it was you have a valuable that you're cutting it, you're ending it, so that you're losing your own good characters. So basically saying that, right? And saying they are hated what call are studied with the anger and
Hearts.
huh?
Their hearts.
Anger and what?
Oh, ferocity.
Ferocity, yeah. Oh, their hearts. Okay, their hearts are studied with anger and ferocity. So the counting, we have those things, right? They wear leather boots of thirst. What called producing. So craving. Okay, I think maybe translator might think this is the craving. Okay, what I'm thinking here, the wearing the dry leather, it's not really translated as a dry leather. In Tibetan says here, it's called dry leathers. So dry leather shoes, maybe, I don't know, you knows or not. So nomads and then that people who, the earlier time, they use they made shoes there by themselves, right? So they're making the leather is very flexible or like a smooth. That's make right. At the time, the leather is very dry and it's very uncomfortable in feet, and then it's keep harms. So right now we wear the leather shoes. It's kind of dry, but it's like a different type of. You understand, right? The nomad and earlier people use the leather shoes made by themselves, right? So that dry the leather is the very uncomfortable fits and it harms. So that's how we're taking example here. The people who unreliable, it's not simple, easy to making relationship. So that those people is very uncomfortable with being relationship, and it harms love. This is the example giving here. I think instead of craving. It says, let's along being a suitable reason for the divine spiritual norms. There are people are not even worthy of mundane human norms. Such people will be experience only enmity and poverty in abundance. Okay, so next asking how to deal with it. So again, so now you understand that the main character of the person what we defining or describing bad or evil, right? So those character, whoever have those character, those person concerning as unreliable persons, very much self-centeredness persons, that again in this world there are lot of that kind of who have that kind of character, right? So the character, let me count it again, the character. So lacking inner modesty and outwardly shamelessness. It means like we have a lack of modesty and like a shameless, right? I mean like a shameful, right? Okay, so shameful and unstable in the long run, filled with a hatred, incompatible with any personality. So right when we therefore some people has their own personality. It's not suitable with everyone. It's just becoming very unique. The unique is not necessarily bad, but that the uncomfortable personality means like it's not getting along with anyone else. That's your character or your thoughts, anything. As well as not getting along with any others, that it says it only increases the enmity and perverties. It brings you only the enmity and perverties. They're having that kind of character, right? So and then of course it's not benefit at all to self and others, instead of that just increases enmity and perverty. So and then it says dealing with okay. So now we see those kind of character who have it. Sometimes we also examine it our own self. Do I have that kind of character? So, sometimes if you feel all your friends and your relationships getting more worse with the friends, or the friends are more stay away from you, then something's wrong with you, right? It's not them. So one person could be that stay away from you. It's not counted that your character is something bad. But the many of them, or many people's just staying away from them or something doing, then you should considering that. Do I have a bad characters, right? So just look it back. So it means try yourself better and change, right? It's not just seeing negativity within you. So when you see or examining to try to see negativity with you, always should have the motivated that I want to change it, therefore what I have the negativity. So go with it. So instead of just looking what I have bad things, right? So and then in generally, of course, definitely we all have bad things and good things both, right? But we are more focusing on what I have a good character. We are really not focusing on what I have a bad character. Even if we are not listening when someone mentioned to you what you have a bad character. You're not accepting it. You don't hear that because it's something negative within you, right? You don't hear that, and then of course you're not accepting that. So that impossible to change yourself. If not change yourself, and then all this what your characters brings to suffering within you. So not benefit at all. That's the saying. No benefit at all, right? So then why we keep things that which is no benefit to self and other. right? So therefore, if we said, if it is useless, even your truth, you have to take it out. So your truth is within you. Is this Tibetan expression saying, right? In Tibetan say, "Pematuna kai soyampi." What it means, if there's useless, even your truth has to take it out. So therefore, saying anything useless character, what you have it, you should take it out. We should take it out, right? So, and then before we take it out, all this bad character, we should realize it, recognize that what I have a bad character, right? As far as you recognize it as a bad character, that will help you to stay away from it or change it or take it out, right? So this is how we need to change ourselves to having, it says, to welfare to others. So if you do not change ourselves, there are no welfare to others, right? We cannot benefit at all to others. So therefore, as far as we change, I change, that goes with the benefit self and other, both. So therefore, it's important to know these things, right? And again, repeatedly saying that all that we need to change is if you do have a more lack of shamefulness, then you change it, bring more shameful within yourself. If you have a lack of more concerning other, then you bring to yourself. It very much possible to have it, right? And then I mentioned it many times. We might have a different definitions or different defining that shamefulness and concerning other. Concerning other might be the same. The part of the shamefulness might be have a different. So any text, any advice from Buddhists is continually saying you should have some shamefulness, right? You should have shamefulness. So in any circumstances and any conditions, right? So so that's the saying. And as well as, these two, we have to maintain more these two, and again understand what does really mean shameful, right? So, and if I make more simple way to say that shamefulness means, as we are fighting for our own right things, same time we should take our own responsibility. As well as you take all your own responsibility, we should take it, then you do have shameful, right? So if you not take on your own responsibility, or if you do not know what is your responsibility, that makes you more shameless, right? Which is again the changing all this character, good to bad. So therefore, this is I can say more simple way. So taking responsibility, whatever we are, as we are human being, what our responsibility? As we are in this earth, what we have responsibility? As we are like the sister and brother, what our responsibility? As we are father and mother, what their own responsibility, right? As we are student and teacher, each one what their responsibility. So take your own responsibility continuously, then you are, we can say, more having good characteristic, or you are becoming more reliable. So you understand, right? So in general, we are not taking that much responsibility what we should take it, but we are keep fighting with our writings. I have a right to do this. I have a right to say that, right? And I have to right to against it. we do. But as well, you're taking all your benefit or the benefit from others, then same time we should take like a responsibility for others, right? If you are right to say that whatever you say, but also responsibility is not harms others or not ruining anything, right? The people life or this earth or whatever, not ruining, not destroy it, not harms it. So that's our responsibility. Based on that, you say it whatever you say it. You do it whatever you do to right to do it, right? So only you do one side, whatever, just fighting with your own writings, then never take responsibility. They define it not good character within this text. Yeah. So so therefore, the two basics, and having these two basics, what means like take your own responsibility. What we should take it, what we should take it, right? This is the what I can simple way to define it. Then I have a more the quotes from Sakya Pandita's Jewel Treasure of Wise Saying, which is connecting, continuously defining what is the bad character and how persons are. So Chobra helped me to read that 174, 175, and then 330.
Evil people can never be satisfied, even if assisted in hundreds of good ways. Making enemies of those who support them is a special characteristic of evil people. No matter how much a wicked person reforms, it is impossible for their nature to become good. Even if you vigorously wash a lump of coal, it is impossible to make it turn white. Do not stay in the homes of people who do not care about modesty and shame, who don't know the difference between respect and disdain, and who crave food and wealth.
Please follow continues.
Do not give up your former abode before evaluation of another place. Raising a foot without first planting the other can cause you to fall. Arrogance causes knowledge to decline. Desire causes modesty to degenerate. If his subjects are continually harassed, the ruler will come to his downfall.
Okay, so now what do you think, this line? And you that disagree, or you agree, or you do not understand?
175. No matter how much a wicked person reforms, that's impossible. That goes against the Dharma.
Where is it? That's 174?
175.
175, okay. Yeah, you can say it goes with Dharma. It's not necessary have to go with Dharma, right? So
I'm saying it goes against the Dharma. If somebody
against, okay.
If somebody reforms, by studying and practicing Dharma, he should make his nature good. Here it says, no matter how much a wicked person reforms, it's impossible for the nature to become good. I don't agree with that.
What part of you don't agree that no matter how much weak persons reform, it is impossible for their nature to become a good? That's, you don't agree?
Yes, that's what he doesn't agree with.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry, I was mute. I don't agree with that.
Okay, do not agree means what sense or what point? So
in the obvious sense, if a person reforms, especially if it says how much if a person reforms, he should be able to change his nature from bad to good.
Yes.
Otherwise, what's the sense in studying and practicing the Dharma?
Okay, so basically, yes, everyone can change it. They do have able to change it. very much possible to change it, as they are impermanent, as they have like a flexible natural mind. So that's the basic that we clearly saying everyone can changeable. That's true. That's very true. But here we're talking about the worldly mundanes or the general, the person's characters, which is like sometimes the permanent, the unchanged or change. Permanent defined two way. So West here on general, permanent means who has a long lasting, we see is permanent. Who has a longer, so we see as permanent. And another permanent is like a never ever change it. That's kind of permanent.
But we
So
know
most yeah, I will come with you. So most of people defining permanent as a having long lasting. So I see this year, I saw like next year, I saw after 10 years, this is permanent. This is how defined. So here, like not changing means who is very difficult to change or is continuous being long last, having those kind of noble, bad characters. That person is difficult to change to good. In our practically, with our experience in daily life, they see some person continuously doing bad from many years, continuously until today, or continuously do it. So that kind of persons, it's very difficult to change it. It's not saying never ever can change it.
This is saying though impossible. So it is saying you can never change it.
But is it also just saying that no matter how much a wicked person reforms, so if you are continue to be wicked, you cannot change. But if you're reforming, you're no longer wicked. Is that, I mean, could we say that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you're basically, in order to really become a good person, you have to give up that you're no longer that wicked person.
I don't know. Is that what it's saying? I don't know.
Okay, the impossible word is very strong here.
Yeah.
But impossible for changing means again, it's saying that
Unlikely.
it's impossible change at the moment. It's impossible change in the next few months. It's impossible change in the few years because it's long lasting. That's saying.
I was thinking like maybe impossible for this lifetime for that person.
It's possible.
Like, and then of course it's something that can happen later, but maybe, Buddhist point of view, the karma needs to work itself out. And then no matter how much they try to change, it's just so strong. They're going to keep repeating the actions no matter what they try to do. But eventually, I guess that doesn't mean it's never possible. But maybe like you were saying, permanence is they're talking about a lifetime.
Milarepa was an assassin.
Well, I think you have to also consider what the word reformed means. Because a wicked person could go through some reformations of their behavior, but they haven't actually changed what they are.
That's true. That's
I
true.
don't know how you could word it though when it says like no matter how much a wicked person reforms. Like how would you word it in the way that the wicked person has become reformed or is trying to reform? I don't know how.
They didn't say that they changed though. Just that they can go through the motions, change their behavior, but it's not real.
Yeah, actually, it's not the conflict. It's not conflict. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Could it be like a translation instead of impossible? You would say unlikely to change.
Can you tell us what it says literally in the Tibetan?
Yes, Tibetan say impossible. Chungmisi means impossible. So again, this is a very good point, Ronnie. Thank you. So that is what I mean is impossible change and the shortly. It's an impossible change because they are strong habit, right? And then usually sometimes we hope that we talk to them and then next day they change. It's also, we see a lot. And we also accept that everyone can change good to bad or bad to good. This is the nature of mind. This is the character of mind. And this is the as impermanent, right? So, and here this line say impossible, I think it's an impossible change in the shortcoming.
But if that's so, you wouldn't say that doesn't matter how much you wash a lump of coal, it's impossible to make it white. He wouldn't use that example. If what you're saying is right, he wouldn't use that example. Let's say he's wrong. Not everything he writes has to be correct. He's wrong here because there's nothing permanent. Even evil is not permanent. Nothing is permanent in life. We know that. And not even evil doesn't have inheritance existence. So he's wrong here. That's all.
If we understand the meaning of this, then we can say it's wrong or right. What I see is the meaning of this, again, I'm keep repeating here. It's impossible change within a month. It's impossible.
But
That much they have a strong bad habit, too difficult to change. And Lee said it could be an impossible change entire life. It's impossible change to entire life. What you have character, you will carry it continuously, no matter what you hear from advice from others, what you see in front of you, what change in front of you, no matter what happening, you carrying your own character, bad character continuously. We see this many people in this earth, this practical, and also we see at the same time, many people change it the next time, change it the next hour, right? It's not take that long time, so change it. So sometimes people, very difficult to change it. This is here goes with the who people difficult to change it. It's impossible to change in the next few months. That's how we can define it.
I just don't know why it doesn't say like almost impossible. It's like impossible is just like seems like it leaves no room.
Are you agree that impossible change in a few months?
But Geshe, if that would be so, he would say, well, if you vigorously wash a lump of coal, eventually it will turn white. But it doesn't say that. It gives you an example. It says, doesn't matter I wash the black coal, coal is what to make fire. Doesn't matter I wash the coal, it will never become white. So it's not talking about short term, it's talking about forever.
Even long term, you could never, ever, ever make the coal white. No matter how much you want.
Yes. Look at that example. That's very true that chocolate will never become white, no matter how much you wash it. But it can end it.
You can what?
End it. End it, right? Yeah. If we keep washing, it's gone. It's disappearing.
Yes.
In the moment, it's so infinitesimally impossible to change certain people's perspective on things that you might as well say impossible.
Yeah, that's we can say it. So I don't have any problem with this example and using the word impossible, right? So usually we said, oh, it's impossible. And logically, it not really mean that we never ever change. Usually what we say it's impossible means don't expect it. It's happening in a few months or it's happening in the shortly. That's what we use. Even the permanent, as I mentioned, permanent, we use on, even if it's impermanent, we still say it's permanent because it's long lasting. The long lasting things we use as a permanent, but the logically is not permanent, right? So this is how we need to understand.
Couldn't it also just be that it's a wicked person reforms? It's impossible for their nature to become good. So their default tends to be their core, basically, if they're given a situation, would tend to go towards the wicked. But if they're reforming, they know enough to not actively do it, right?
Maybe it's going to be the struggle their whole life, kind of.
Correct. So they may not always act on their nature because they've reformed, but it's always there and they always have to deal with that.
Yeah, we can say that. Even Ronnie saying that you don't agree, so he might think that human nature is the human nature is pure. So based on that, he might say, "Oh, it's possible to change." Those agree. Yes, that's very true. So nature is pure, but always, go back to the example, the sky. The sky itself is clean, but the clouds comes here and there, always disturbing to, the like hide the sunrise or hide the moonlight, or those things happening, right? Similarly, within our mind, and nature is clear, but a lot of arises or manifested those negative emotions up and down, or constantly there, that negative emotions like attachment will be continuously there, or anger is mostly there, and then jealousy is mostly there. So until you at least you sleep, then maybe even within sleep time, the attachment is continuous, could be the end manifested, but within dream. But this is how bad habit we have it, like continuously within our mind, and that is how driven our motivation and action, everything through by this the negative emotion, which is training into all this bad character. It's continuously having it. So that's kind of like it's logically it's not permanent, but we say it permanent.
Yes,
As it's permanent, that impossible change. Same meaning.
Jenna has a question.
Jenna,
you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you. Geshe, this is reminding me a little bit of something you and I spoke about a long time ago, about how you cannot transform something. You have to eliminate it. Like anger and hatred never transforms into something else, but that you have to eliminate its causes, so that there's a cause for wickedness, but you have to eliminate that cause, and so you're not changing it. Maybe that's what this is about. You're not going to turn it into something else. You have to eliminate it.
Eliminating is part of changing, actually. Right? So it is part of changing. Eliminating means like first is there, no more there. It's change. Yes to no, change, right? So and then eliminating is also depend on reducing as the beginning, the process. Reduce and then finally eliminate it. So all this process are changing time by time, and finally it's totally gone. That's the part of eliminating, is change.
Right.
Yes to no. Change yes to no, right?
You used to tell me you don't transform something into something else. It has to just be eliminated.
Yeah, that's different issue. That's different, yeah. So you are talking about between different between transforming and eliminating. Yes, the most mental afflictions cannot transform; it must be eliminated. But once we see eliminated, that means we're changing it.
Right, and I think
we do have it now. We don't have it. It's change.
That's why I was thinking maybe that's what this is about. It's not really a contradiction if we look.
Can I just say just a thought? Sorry, this is Sanjay Gupta on Zoom. So I've just my 2 thoughts, 2 cents on this. Could it be that the first line, the wicked person reforms, is talking about the person reforming his outer appearance, for example, maybe he's got a better house or better car. Maybe he's transformed his profession from a bandit to a lawyer. But the world sees him as reformed, but deep within the second line, which is the nature, which really is talking about the person's inner nature, meaning the inner mind. So even though the physical appearance, how the world sees him, he's reformed, but deep within he's not. That's why they're talking about, as an example of a coal, not a diamond. So diamond could be, when it's mined, it's dirty, it's not polished, and looks like a stone. But if you start polishing it, deep within the nature, the diamond is a brilliant stone. Whereas a coal, no matter how much you polish it, it's still going to be, black. So I'm just wondering whether reform is about the external appearance of the person, how he portrays it to the world, rather than deep within the nature is talking about the mind. So you can change your appearance all you want. You can have the world see you in a different light all you want. But if you don't change your inner nature, then it is going to be, never be a real good person.
It is. So all the appearance actually driven by inner motivations. Until then, you cannot change any of your good characters. So, yes, Jennifer, go ahead.
So I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Geshe-la, because I can see how hard it is to change my own habits. But I was just wondering about the story of, I think it's Anguillamara, right, where it's like he's done all these bad deeds and then he encounters the Buddha. And from my understanding of the story, it's kind of like he changes, right, very quickly. So I'm just wondering how that story, how I can understand that and what you're also talking about now.
Yeah, that is the example for possible for change, right? So the Angulimala that Jennifer, Angulimala that you're mentioning, right? Yeah. So the person who guided by wrong teacher and say that if you kill 1,000 people and waiting 1,000 people, then you will enlighten it. So that person actually in a general, before he met that teacher, he very seeking to liberation, free from suffering, in very honest and in very humbleness. And then based on that, the guided to kill that person, 1,000 people, then you will be enlightened. So then he began to do that. And then up to the 99 people he killed. And so then finally he met Buddha. And then within lifetime, so kill the 99 person is very heavy negative karma regarding the Buddhism, right? It's very difficult to purify it. It's that much heavier negative karmas, which he have it now, right? And finally he met the Buddha. And then the Buddha's skillful means to change all his motivations and then overcome by his all thoughts, and then he become an ability to receiving the Buddha's teaching, and then Buddha continues to teach it. Then he not becoming fully enlightened in this lifetime, but he freed liberations. He attained the liberations, free from all the samsara within this lifetime. See, at the beginning life, very negative it is. At the end life, purity. So that's very much possibility. It's possibility. That's 100% accepted by Buddhists. Yes, that much we have a possibility there. And then similarly, if we go with Milarepas, most of you might be familiar with the Milarepas, one of the Kagyu lineage, the high yogi, and then the beginning life is very much torturings and harms to others. He take revenge for his aunt and uncle, right? He harms a lot and kill many people. And finally, he got strong regret and then sees searching the teacher, and finally he met the Marpa. Then Marpa changed everything to him. And then within his lifetime, he became enlightenment, fully enlightenment. So that's possibility. And that possibility and here impossible is not contradictory, as I try to say it. Here say impossible for nature to become a good. That is no God contradictory because this is basic. We all accept it can change, big to small to change. Whatever change we can change, very much possibility because it's impermanent, right? But here impossible means cannot change at the within, shortly. That's part of the impossible. If you are expecting the very evil persons, very bad person, how we define it. Otherwise, say kind of like one person who wants to take revenge. No one can stop to take revenge, no matter what advice they give from religious, from scientists, or from their relative, whatever they said it, they never ever listening. I have to take revenge. So people do have that much strong motivation until take revenge, no satisfaction. So they, no matter what happening, they will take revenge. and someone come and try to change, it's impossible until take revenge. Right? So with that much they have a strong motive. This is very much possibility in our this earth. We cease, we have experience, right? That kind of talks we are impossible means it's impossible to let them to change, not take the revenge. Taking revenge to not take revenge is impossible. They confirmed it, 100% and confirmed it. More than 100% they confirmed that I'm going to take revenge no matter what happening. That's is I want to do it. But you see that, right? I want to do it. And then many people comes in to try to stop. No. We can see the big community to small community, individual life to society. We see this kind of strong commitment. That strong commitment is almost impossible change or impossible change. Like a chocolate, right? It's impossible change. So do you any contradictory then? I do not see any contradictory between our basic nature and what talking here. But yes, it's very possible to have this kind of doubt as using a strong word and statement. I see that, yeah. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think my first read on it is like kind of thinking more general, but it's more like there do exist cases where this happens.
Yeah, that's the meaning of that's my understanding here. Yeah. So and whatever now, which is our mind is too much focused on other character and other defining. Now look back to yourself, right? And then count it all the character what we mentioning in this line, and then examining and contemplating that do I have this, right? So then if you do have, then all this fault talking here will come. If you do not have, that will bring more happiness, right? So this is how meaning talking here. So as we look at others, what they are, what their character, what their actions, and then we see the bad and good, then after understand that, after you knowing that, now we have to look back to ourselves. Because we're taking example, okay, this is a bad character, whatever you do to it, the result will be the more suffering. This is a good character, whatever you do that, result will be the happiness, harmonies, humilities, all these good things happening. This is example we take it, right? And then after that, we have to examining myself. Do I have this or do I have to change anything within my character, right? So if you see something that character that I have to change it, then you can begin it, you should begin it. This it goes a long process to change. It's not simple to change in a moment. It's not simple to change in the within 5 minutes. Because until then, whatever character we have it's sticked within our mind and body. It's become a very strong habit, right? The changing habit is very difficult. Therefore, people use the word that changing habit is impossible. People use that, right? Or changing habit is very impossible. It means difficult, right? Logically, of course, it's not impossible. It can be changed. So, but it takes long process and very challenging and very hardworking for changing. That we don't want to do that, and then it continues remaining within your mind and body. What you have a character. This is right. So again, let me one more time repeat it. That any character you sees the bad things which you have it, then we try to begin to change it, and they always happen the process to gentle way to change it. Without any force, right? So always there. always the possibility there, solution there. We can begin with the gentle, right? So not necessary at the moment we have to really hard work, but only we need is mindfulness, gentleness and mindfulness. Mindfulness will reminding you that gentleness do continuously. That continuously doing will the help brings you change, right? So, but it began from the process is gentle, begin with the gentle. But if you not remember, like if you have a lack of mindfulness or recollections, then you forget it. You let example say after class, and you see examining yourself, and you see something bad things what you have to change it, and then you remember it, then you motivated that, oh yeah, I'm going to change that because I see this is bad, I see this results comes bad. So and then you begin it, and then you get busy with something else. The tomorrow you forget it, and then you are not remember at all until someone remind you again. Then within 7 days or like 10 days, within month, until you forget it, then your character will be remaining continuously. Even you have a motivation to change it, you cannot change it because you not remember it to change it, right? This is important. It's always gentle way to change it, but mindfulness is the most important. That things continuously doing it. Right? Okay. And then in saying the verse 368, someone with the integrity and humility can be trusted even if they are foe, even this is your enemy. Because of their character, it's not say, you don't like it. Because of their character has like integrity and humility, but somehow, some reason, it's becoming your enemy. But still, you can rely on it because of their natural character, what they have it in the moment. It's a reliable nature, even your enemy, right? So someone having lack of this kind of character, even your relationship or close friend, not that much reliable, right? Because the character is not really good foundations to rely on it. So therefore, so the character define it to reliable or not reliable, not defined by that your friends or your enemies. Right? So as well as the person has a character, no matter who they are, either your enemy, but still you can rely on it. That's saying it, you can rely on it. You can trust them. That's a saying it. If you pass, we hear that some people's lives were spread by going for refuge to an honorable enemy. So I do not know that story. I do not see the commentary, but we must have some kind of story with it. So within this, to talking about that here means there might have some story. And then next one saying that good qualities are are the finest ornaments as long as you have sense of modesty. If you pass beyond modesty, those qualities become subjective and opprobrium increases. So that's see that the modesty and shamefulness is again very important as a societal values or our natural life, our daily life's values. It's very important. So okay. So then next, we're talking about how to deal with it, right? So and then go back to the which is leftover line from above, saying, Master, what would happen if one were to interact with such type of people? Then answered by Adisha saying, if you practice forbearance, you can interact with them. If you are unable to practice forbearance, they can destroy your virtues. And then this is the best solution to take, the being forbearance or being patient. That when you see the very difficult people, instead of reacting, they're having anger or some other things, the best thing is do patience. Right? So even you don't see, I'm right to do it, but do it. Right? So because even you see, I don't see that I'm right to doing this, being patient with that kind of person. But that mind is deceiving you. Because seeing that, thinking that I'm not right to do that. Right? And I'm not able to do that. Of course, it's wrong. And then mostly they're saying I'm not right to do that because I do not do any mistake and wrong. Only the person did it. All this reasoning are deceiving you. All this reasoning, even is right, actually cause you harms. Right? At the end, only brings you uncomfortable within you or not happy years or always like anger and uncomfortable. Those are suffering, right? So as well as you are enjoying with it, then you can say, oh yeah, I'm not forgiving easily and simple. I'm not right to do it the patience for that person's. If you are not enjoying with the whatever experience during the time which you have it, uncomfortable, or like a frustrating, or like anger, all these things are not. If you see it's not good for you or not healthy for you, then no matter what reason is, even reason is you are right, you should change it because the results harms to me. Right? When the results harms to me, why I should do continues, even I'm right.
But don't we say that meeting such people is actually a gift, a great opportunity for us to deal with our such reaction as anger, etc., etc., etc.? Don't we say that?
Chopa, what's that?
He's saying, isn't it like if you meet these kind of people instead of, well, yeah, it says if you meet these type of people, isn't it good for you? But I mean, I feel like that's answered in where it says, if you practice forbearance, yes. If you can't practice forbearance, no.
Yeah, this is again, that's really true. I think this again depend on how strong your mind at the moment. Your mind is not strong enough to dealing with it, then maybe better not meet or stay out from it. But while you are staying out from, you should build it up more, that patience or whatever that makes you strong. If you have a strong enough, then good to meet that kind of persons. Right? So that will be bringing you a lot of benefit actually. Right? So compassion and patience, and then also it's a lot of help you to see what bad things happening in your lifetime, what you have a bad character.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So therefore, one of the Drum Temba's advice, he says, if you want to become a better relationship with your friends, you should learn from your enemy. As I said, you should learn from your enemy to make better relationship with the friends. See what really means here, right? Sorry. Okay. Therefore, again, let me conclude it. So if you are strong enough, good to meet this kind of person again and again to increase your preference and compassion practice. If you're not strong enough, stay from that. Until then, you should practice do something, make yourself strong. Just staying away from it just escaping it, then it will not long lasting. How many times you have to escape it, right? The numerous difficulty person in this earth to escaping from each other, it's challenging. Almost again, I can use the impossible. It's really impossible. So impossible to escaping from difficulty people forever. It's impossible, right? So today you have a good time or opportunity that even you can escape from nearest you, whoever use that difficulty people. You have a good opportunity to have relax, but that relaxing and that good moments, if you're not used for to build up your the patient practice or do not use for make your mind stronger, then next day you will meet another difficulty person and another difficulty people, then you will have a keep attacked by your own emotions. Whenever you meet that difficulty people, same time you have a like an anger or whatever, it's attacking to you, it harms to you, right? It will continue to harm to you. So this is how it's said in text. Better you escaped it, but while you're escaping, you do practice. Let me read the final line. The master, if one practice for friends, one will obtain an attractive physical appearance in the future. This is Buddhist way. And then saying, even before your future's life, any forbearance you practice will bring victory here in this very life. At the end as well, it opened the way to be victorious against anger. Just doing forbearance practice or patient practices don't have to go resolve until next life. In this lifetime, very lifetime, you will have a lot of good result. So that's the saying. And then doing those kind of forbearance practice, a lot of benefit. So therefore, one more time, repeat it. So even you sees that the forgiveness and being patient is not right to do it. You sees even you not right to do it, but you do it because you have benefit. You have a thought not right to do it, it's deceiving you. Okay, so thank you. So any question you have it? So will we continue the next? Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
So when you feel anger,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do in place of it? Do you send love, or like how do you combat the anger? Because I know it's causing me suffering, I understand that, but it's there. It's like, what do you do in place of it, I guess?
Yeah. Again, okay. Simply, I can say yes, love, but it's difficult to do at the moment when you have anger. Almost, if you say someone tell you, "Oh, why not you love?" Forget about it. You must say that. Why have to love? That much strong anger at the moment, very difficult. The best things is when you have the good time, and then think, contemplating that should I have anger or not? How many fault happening with me when I have anger? Is there any benefit to having anger? Lot of contemplating that when you have a happy mood or good time, when you do not have anger, this is the best time to stop anger. So the analyzing is continuously analyze, right? And then if you see more harms to you to having anger, one time, second time, third time, like a 10 time, 100 time, you seize, and then same time you say, oh, anger is bad, anger is bad, anger is bad. That anger is bad is not you just using word. You're saying sincerely in the inside, you're saying, you see the reason, oh yeah, definitely it's not bad. So how many times you say that, it will brings you to against anger. This is how the process we have to go. And similarly, every morning motivated that today, no matter what happening, I'm not going to show anger or not having anger within me. That motivated every morning. as I'm usually saying, once you have strong motivation at the same daytime, you will do exactly same. Right? You will have anger, whatever is happening in daily life. It will happening, even you are strong motivated in the morning, because habit is strong. Your motivation is just began it, not that strong to defeat it. So that continuously motivated every morning, right? How much you fall, that much you get up, right? So I fall, then I'm going to sleep here because I fall. This is not good to do it. You have to get up. You have to get up. So 10 times you get up, 100 times you get up, then you will not fall. So therefore, continuously motivated every morning, even you do same action in daily life. That's one happening. And when you have a good time, you analyze it, that having anger is benefit or not benefit. So this is how it's helped. And then slowly, it reduces. How much you see the anger is bad, automatically it reduces it. And then you will remember at the moment having anger is bad while try to having anger. We're close to having anger. It's close to manifesting anger. Then you will remember, oh, no, I have to stop it. It's bad. Very good. Now you achieve some high level. If you achieve that kind of level, at the moment you remember and stopped it, then you really achieve the high level. So achieving this high level goes through by a lot of gentle and long process, as I mentioned earlier. Okay. Yeah. Yes, please.
Can you talk a little bit more about the learning from your enemies? I think I missed the word.
Say it again.
Learning
from enemy. Okay.
Yeah.
So learning from enemy means like when you're connecting with the enemy, you see a lot of bad things happening between you, right? And then you learn from it, then you're not using that bad attitude and bad actions to your friend, right? So it's automatically happening bad attitude and bad actions or bad motivation, bad thought within your enemies. And then it goes more worse and worse and worse, right? Then you learn from it, I shouldn't do with my friend. Then it's health. That's simple, what I understand. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, and then see you again. And we're happy to see you all.
Thank you.
Okay, Tujiche, thank you.